to build the Beeling effect, we have just to add on this layer here an anchor point. So we're going to reference every time to this mask here. That's perfect. Now we have just to build our actual peeling. So we're going to add a fill layer again. I'm going to call that peeling effect. Okay, that's good. I'm going to add a black mask. On this black mask we have to add a fill layer. On this fill layer we have to reference our anchor point. So as you can see here we have two, because the one down here is, so the bottom one is referencing to this layer stack here, but we need the upper one. So I'm going just to rename that base color white new, so it's not confusing with the other one. So we are going to use the new one, and you see already what's doing here. It's adding some glossiness here. So I'm just deactivating the metal and the roughness and the normal, so we don't need that. And we need only our height, so deactivate the color 2. Alright, so I'm going close to this one. And we have to go, obviously we have to go a little bit up with our height. So it's if we don't do that, it's not working. And as you can see here, if you go up with the height, it's just adding that on this position here. That's what we want. Alright, so on this we are going to add now blur. So go to add filter, type in blur. That's fine. And with the blur filter, don't go too high, because it's we want only a little bit here to be blurred. Alright, after that we are going to add another fill layer. And with this fill layer, first of all, if you have to set it to multiply. So we're going to multiply the height from the first one to the second one. So just add the anchor point again. And on that we are going to play a little bit more with the setting. As you can see here, it's going to be more darker on the edge. Alright, so done our peeling effect. I just want now some final touch in here, so I'm going to add another layer. I'm going to call this peeling effect final touch. With that, black mask, and on this one we need only our height information and our color, so deactivate the rest. With our color we are going a little bit up. So I just want that different in the color here. So we're going into the black mask. On the black mask add a fill layer. So we're going to reference again our anchor point here. And now we have to clamp the whole thing only to our rim here. As you can see, this color is going on the complete object here, and I don't want that. So we're going to add first of all a high pass filter. So go to add filter, type in here high pass, and with this high pass, as you can see, if I just changing that, you see it's going in here, but that's completely wrong. We don't want that. So I have to add a level here. So add levels, and with this level we're going to crank them all the way up to the position we want to. But first, so you understand how it's working, go up here to on this material, go down to mask, and now we are seeing the completely mask how it's working. So we want a little bit of that what we want. You are seeing here the white area is that what we want. So if I just deactivate the high pass, you see it's completely white. So the high pass is doing something, but not the right thing. That's why we need a level here. If I go up with the black slider, you see the black area is going to be more darker, and the white area is the spot we want to be. So if I'm dragging with the one down, we are going just the white area to be straightened up. That's fine, that's good. But I just want to find the right spot here. So I think if we stay on this here, we are fine. So the high pass is needed now to just adjust it a little bit more, as you can see here. Alright, that's what I want. I just want it on this area here. Perfect. I go back to the material slot, and as you can see now we have it the right color only on this rim here going on. It's a little bit of an extra detail we are adding here. If you don't like it, clamp it like that, just go up with the radius of the high pass, and you can go up with the or down with the level here to another spot you like to. But I leave that like that for now. Alright, so I don't like the initial color of the door, so go back to the base color white and go a little bit up with the color. No, don't go too much, so if you go too much you're going to just destroy this extra detail here. But we are fine, we are good now. Alright, on top of these layers here we're going to add some color gradient. We can just play with a little bit of the dirt. So I'm going to add another fill layer. I'm going to call this color gradient. Alright, let's add this here, this grunt dirt. I don't want this bitmap here, so I'm going to delete that, and for the color we are going to use this here, so it's the previous one, and you already see what's doing down here. It's just adding a layer of dirt. So I think we can just leave that maybe, but you can always go in here and play a little bit with the settings, but I leave that with for some little bit of a detail. Alright, so we have to add now final our dirt overall. So we have to add on top of that another fill layer. I'm going to call this dirt overall, and on this fill layer we need only our color, add a black mask, add a dirt layer you like, add a dirt smart mask you like to, and with that you have just to do some settings. We have to play with the tree planar option here. Alright, it's too much of dirt going on, so you can always go down, but I play a little bit more with the curvature here. If I go up with the curvature and go down with the global balance. Alright, no, it's doing some weird stuff here. Alright, so we can go down a little bit with the curvature and the ambient, maybe go down with the global balance. So it's adding just slightly a little bit of a dirt, as you can see here. If it's too much for you, you can always go down up with the color. So like that. And we have our final door here. Good. For our handle here, so it's very easy. We need to pack that in a folder. So add a folder. I'm going to call this peeling door white. Drag and drop all the thing into here. You can close that. Now you can add a black mask on that. Sorry, I mean a white mask. So it's doing, it's including all. On the white mask, we have to go to this button here, project polygon fill. And it's important that you are on 0. So we can just exclude that, and obviously with this button with the mesh fill, so we can exclude the whole thing here. And for the door handle here, I'm going to add a smart mask, maybe metal for now, just for purpose, just so to have done something on this object. I'm adding some type of steel paint here. Add a black mask. Then you can just include that, go to 1. And deactivate all the things you'd want to. I just want the base color for now. So maybe a darker base color in here. And the roughness has to be a little bit up. So we have more roughness here. So it's just, we have a color here on the door handle. Alright, so let's go to the next area. To add a little bit more of a detail, we can just add down here some color variation, some color gradient. And to do that, we have just to go up to the main layer here and add a fill layer. I'm going to call it color gradient. So we only need our color here, so deactivate the rest, and with the color just go into the dark spots, so in the dark area, and we can just add a smart mask. There is a good smart mask called Ground Dirt. We can use that, just drag and drop it in here, and you see something going on here, but we have just to change a little bit the settings. So let's see what we can do. First of all, I'm going to up with the tiling. That's good. And you can go, if you want to, up with the balance. And as you can see, it's going to affect the completely area here. So you have to go to the mask editor and change here a little bit of our settings. So first of all, we are going to open up the position gradient, and under the position gradient you have this top to bottom. That has to be to 1, that's fine. And we really need to see how this mask is working. So go up here to this material tab and go down to mask. And here you see the actual maps working. It's going to be on completely on the complete object here. So we have just to play a little bit on the position gradient settings. So first thing we can just try is to invert here the selection, and it's doing some kind of things, but I don't know if it's the right way. So maybe this balance is doing what we want. So as you can see, the balance is just fading from the top to the bottom. That's good. We need it just on the bottom, so the white area. With the contrast you can go a little bit more, and you are going to clamp it down. So we're going to be on the bottom part. So like that. Maybe you can go up to the global balance, go down with that, or go up with that, whatever you want. And you could go to the global blur and just blur this a little bit. So we have maybe just on the bottom this things here going on. So maybe like that. And let's see, we have maybe to play a little bit more of the position gradient and the balance. So you have these dark spots here. And what else we can change? You can change a little bit the texture. So the texture 1 and the texture 2, that would be this grunge rust fine. And on the texture 2 we have nothing in here. So we need only the texture 1 to be affected a little bit more. So maybe the scale, contrast, and you have a lot to just do here. So I'm going to delete this grunge map. I don't like it in here. I just want to affect the bottom part of the mask editor, and now we can just play a little bit more with the settings here. Alright, I think we are good so far. Maybe we can just put this on multiply to add this on texture on top. And what else we can do? So maybe the global contrast. So it's a little bit more, it's a little bit darker here. And as always, you can change the color, maybe in some brown area to add some slightly darker dirt here. I leave it like that for now, and to just put some other details on top, we can just add overall dirt layer in here. So Let's add another fill layer. I'm going to call it overall dirt, dirt overall. And we just need our color here. Add a black mask, and in the black mask we are going to add a smart mask. So maybe it's dirt dusty. So we have here the problem with the tree planar, so just deactivate them and play with the settings as you like. So I want it on completely the whole model, so I'm just going to go up with the global balance. You can always go to the main layer and just go a little bit up with the color, so it's not too dark in here. There, like that. And on the slider you can go a little bit more down. So it's a subtle detail in here. Alright, we're good here. So I have just to do just a little bit more here the deal, but that's the final touch I'm going to do. So I'm going to add this later on. So for now we just added this door, and this door is fine. Perfect. So for the rest we can just do something else. But I really like this kind of white color with this wood going down. So I'm going to copy this layer here, and for now I'm going to this wood here, this wood beams, or I don't know what's driving this one. Yeah, it's that wood planks here. Going to delete the first layer and just duplicate this layer here. This paint this layer here. We have to clear the mask so we can just add our stuff here. But as you can see, we have here a problem with the tiling, with the actual rotation of the model. So first of all, I'm going to delete the color gradient. We don't need that in here. Then I'm going up with the dirt overall, so it's a little bit more dirt going on here. And the second thing we have to do is with our wood rough, I'm going to rename it to 0, copy this and paste it here and rename that to 90. So we have one with 0 rotation and one with 90 rotation. And on the 90 rotation, I'm going to the rotation in here and just rotate by 90 degrees. So we have now to add on the 0 one a white mask, on the black one, on the 90 a black mask, and now we can just mask the thing out. So let me see, this one is inverted, so just go to polygon fill, go to 0 and just deselect this area, go to wood rough and select the area, and you're in the right rotation here. It's good. And now we have just to play a little bit with our settings here with the mask editor of the peeling effect. Oh, maybe go to the, yeah, we need the peeling effect, the mask editor. So we can just go down with the global balance and we can just affect this a little bit less. As you can see, we have here the same problem, so I'm going just to do the same thing on this one. So maybe go a little bit down with the color of the dirt. And we are good here. Alright, I think we have on the back side the same thing going, yeah, we have the same thing going on, so I'm just I'm going to select just the same the area here. So let's see. First of all, I'm going to select all the areas we have here. And then I'm going to invert the selection, the mask. So we need this area and this one to be inverted. So easy to do that. Alright, I'm going to copy now this folder here, and we can just do the sides on blank 3. Alright, so I'm going to make now all the beams here. So I just wanna do that in a kind of, not the same way we have done it here, but, oh, I see I have to just adjust a little bit here the mask editor. It's a little bit too much going on. So I'm going a little bit down with that completely. But like that. Good. If we just analyze a little bit here this reference pic, you can see we have here these beams to be in a white, in just a white color. So we can just do that. This beam here, and the rest of the beam is fairly completely in the wood color. So we have some white. So a little bit of a white area here, white paints, but it's completely, it's completely gone away. So maybe we are going to make that in the same way. So let's see. First of all, just put them in here, and then we are going to see how we can make that. Alright, let's do this area here, this wood beams. So I think this kind of a building was from 100 years ago, some cool building painted in white and red. But today the paint is fairly gone away, and we just need to recreate this a little bit. So I'm going to just copy and paste this layer, this color peeling white. So and I'm going to rename it 1 and 2. So the 2, I'm going to clear the mask, the main mask here, so we can just add some other details. So I'm going to add this big beams here. So we have to just adjust them later on. And I'm going to select these minor beams here. Alright, so we have here the problem again with this rotation. So just resolve that quickly. Oh, by the way, if you just press the X button, if you can just watch here, just change the color of that. It's a little bit faster than always go to up here. Alright, so we have now changed we have now selected our main color here, and I just wanted now in the opposite way, maybe just test it. Go to the mask editor and go to global invert and just invert that, and you have now this wood color here going on and some white stain area, some white paint area. You can go maybe in here, but as you can see, it's driving the edge, and so maybe go down with the curvature. We don't really want that. So obviously we have now to determine which way it has to go. So maybe the ambient occlusion or the position gradient. So we can just select some areas with some white spots on it. So as you can see, it's going from all the way up to down. So we have down less than on the top side. So we maybe we don't use the position gradient on the top to bottom. So let me see if we just, we maybe use another one, not the position gradient. So let's use the word space. Maybe it's better. So let's go to the reference pick and let's see. Yeah, we have still some major white spots in here, but these are a little bit blurred maybe. Or we have to go with the contrast. Yeah, that's what I want. Alright, so I want these big spots here, these big areas of color just going away. So I'm going to add here on top of all just another dirt layer. Oh, we have a dirt layer in here, so just drag and drop it up. So you see here we have this overall dirt going on. And maybe we can go a little bit down with the color of the actual peeling of the actual, paint layer. Far so good. The next thing I'm going to add is maybe these wood parts in here. So let's see, that's in that area. So I'm going to maybe, let's see what we can do here. Just type in wood and choose a wood. Maybe this one, this is looking cool. Yeah, that's looking really cool, but I just want it a little bit more darker in here. And let's see if we have some color going on. Nope. But we can select a preset. Let's see what we have. Some really dark wood here. Maybe let's try this. So go down with the color here. So we are more darker. Area. It's too shiny, so I just want to go down with the roughness maybe. And you can just change some settings if you don't like that variation in here. Alright, we need some overall dirt layer here.